T is for technology. Here is folk science. There is nothing wrong with tools, technology, and science. As a species, we are nothing if not the inventors and builders of our world, but as individuals, we have the capacity to determine what world we want and to build it ourselves. When we do this, we seize the adventure, the invention, the inventure. That is our birthright. This is folk science. Folk science is not new. It is as old as humanity. Lab coats, the scientific method, and centralized top-down technology are new. As we progress, we will learn to view these things as aberrations of the innate scientific creativity that is a part of each person. As folk scientists, we will see that consensus science, with its universal explanations and solutions, taught us to distrust our own ingenuity, creativity, and intuition. Folk science versus the scientific method. The scientific method is a universal format and language for experimentation. Among other things, the scientific method is a way of packaging the results of one scientist's inquiry so that they are accessible to other scientists. Thus, the scientific method acts as a net combining the efforts of all the world's scientists. Using this powerful Babylonian tool, scientists cooperate to surpass our every need and bring us into their modernity ever faster and more efficiently. As a scientific method-driven phenomenon, modernity tells us there is no use for repeating. This view is the source of the oft-heard comment, "That's been done," a retort tantamount to death for a scientific act. Used in this way, the scientific method becomes a method for encouraging the progress of the group over the progress of the individual. So our critique of the scientific method skips science, because it is a fundamental tool of our species, skips method, for method is the enactment of science, but finds the guilty of crime. This tyranny of the is part of a language that attempts to unify the menagerie of human curiosity and struggle into just one investigative technique, and in doing so, fails both science and humanity. Folk science and art. At the root, art and science are the same. Both of these pursuits use the observation and experience that are part of every life as a basis for creative thought, ingenuity, and production. But as science has become universalized and gathered up into the hands of the few, it has also come to alienate the many. The alienation of consensus science has also infected art. From color field painting to canned shit, art has become a that's been done style and game. This process is encouraged when critics and historians who love logic, order, and their jobs support art that contributes to the linear progress of art history. This is art in a technological mode. In the face of a system that cares only for final products, folk scientists reclaim the processes of scientific and artistic discovery as inherently valuable. Folk scientists see the beauty, adventure, and relevance in reinventing the wheel. So a phrase like, "that's been done," is dribble to the folk scientists, who will respond, "not by me." By holding invention as a form of play, folk scientists are free from the tradition of linear progress that has stolen creativity from the uninitiated and made science and art into unattainable priesthoods. The folk science of love. Professional scientists have become intermediaries between us and our world. But nowadays, these intermediaries can be found everywhere. These doctors, designers, evangelists, and psychologists are a priest caste in the business of connecting the lowly individual to the universe, health, God, happiness, even love. I want to think that, had I not seen kissing on television, I would have spontaneously come up with this bizarre interaction, but I can't know. We are so saturated with icons of love in mass media that, like science and art, this natural impulse becomes the business of experts. These sleek actors and porn stars let us fumble with our awkward bodies, botched lines, and improper lighting, then step up to show us how it's really done. The greatest achievement of any lover is to transcend the bombardment of glossy images and find their own way. So here is folk science, where we make it a daily practice to find our own way. Here it's not too late to invent the airplane, the bicycle, the kiss. Here there is room for inquiry into gravity, cancer, psychology, and anthills. Here, incredulous, we set out to see if the world is round, and find that it is not. So don't spend your money, which wears away like the soles of your shoes. Spend your ingenuity, which is alive and becomes sharper with wear. Spend your time, which, combined with ingenuity, seems ever more abundant. Spend your life, the only gift you can hoard jealously and give graciously at the same time. Deploy.